Jonhnson wasn't out again for morning skate. He obviously played the last game.
Yeah. So we'll see what he feels like tonight, but it's a recurring trend, hopefully. He can't go morning or taking the morning off and then hopefully playing tonight.
What's it going to be like seeing Erik Johnson on the other bench?
Different. We always saw him in Buffalo, right? It's different. Big part of this team here for a lot of years, and a guy that's well respected and well liked in our locker room. So it's always, I think it's fun for players to play against guys like that have been around, that they know really well. There's always a little friendly banter, and then puck hits the ice and they compete hard against one another. So it'd be nice to come out with the bragging rights out of this one so the guys can give it to EJ a little bit.
Ivan Prostotov's getting a start.
He is.
What went into that decision?
Came in the other night, played great. I thought he gave us a really good chance to come back in that hockey game, so we just thought we'll go with him again.
He started 2 of 3 and obviously came in that game. Do you think Georgiev's maybe in a little bit of a rut here?
I don't know about rut, but I think that, you got to we set our schedule. Obviously, we got a lot of games. Proziv's scheduled to play this week, and but you also got to be flexible. I thought, again, last game, he does a great job, and if he can continue to do that, then might as well go back with him.
Coach, this Buffalo team gave you guys some fits earlier this season.
Yeah.
What kind of challenge they present? What are you guys looking to do different tonight?
Yeah, well, they're high-octane offense, rush, ozone play, highly creative, great shooters throughout their lineup, right? Lots of involvement from their D. So deep offensive team, in my opinion, and lots of creativity. Like they don't shy away from making plays with numbers, without numbers, in traffic. They can execute. So the most important thing that gave us trouble there was we didn't manage the puck properly through the neutral zone and on our entries, right? We have to be super disciplined with the puck so we're not sending them off on their rush attack, especially with numbers, because they'll make you pay for it. For me, it's like the better we check, the more chances we're going to get. So we have to pay attention to our checking game tonight. That is the most important thing. And then I think we're going to be able to create some offense against these guys, but we have to check the right way and put a big importance on that.
It seems like they got a lot of size over there. Forwards, defense.
Yeah.
Is that any unique challenges for you guys or not really?
No, I don't think so. There's a lot of big teams in the league. I think to me, it's just they have some guys with good length and size and strength, but they skate hard. It's a fluid game, lots of movement, lots of creativity, and again, they have the skill and shooters to be able to make plays and put the puck in the back of the net. If you look at their underlying numbers, creating offense is one of the best in the league.
I was curious if you guys had any updates at this point about Sam Girard, if or when he might be playing.
I don't have anything new on him just yet. Hopefully we get some news soon. We're just kind of waiting, see what happens.
Robbie Ronto was back out there. Does he come back in the lineup tonight?
We'll see. We got a decision to make. I like the lineup that we had last game, but he's back and feeling better now. Like that sickness just wasn't from the other night. Like as you guys know, we've had a number of guys go through it, miss time, whether it's practices, pregame skates, whether they were able to play or not. Val missed time with the same thing. So it's kind of been going through our room, and hopefully we're now getting through it. And Kivi's kind of the latest one. So. The other night I didn't play him because energy is important, right? And whether you're playing 8 or 28 minutes a night, I think you got to try and be at your best, especially when we have other capable players around. So I didn't play him, but I liked the way the other night went. Liked the way some guys played, so I'll make a decision on the lineup soon. Go ahead.
Ross Colton and Logan O'Connor had some history, from the Stanley Cup.
Yeah.
They meshed well together.
Yeah.
I guess, are you impressed that they were able to leave that at the door and, I guess, foster a friendship, or is that
No.
easier said than done? Or?
I think that that's hockey. I mean, it's been like that for years, right? You go battle against one another, and regardless of how physical it can get, I just feel like everyone's ready to go have a beer after the game together. That's the way hockey's been since for a long time. I think it's a unique breed of individual that plays this game, and it's just sort of the respect factor.
What's the secret to making sure that the Calgary win isn't an isolated win and you start stacking these together now?
Well, the key is buying into some of the things that we put high value on last game, and making sure that we're putting high value on them again tonight. That's our checking, and that's our north attack when it comes to trying to create offense. I thought we did a lot of good things with the net presence that we had in the offensive zone. So identifying those things that help give us success, whether we're doing them really well or we're doing them poorly, and just getting back to that and driving that point home. But ultimately, the players have to put the right amount of importance and value on those things. And like for me, we're at the point in the season where it's not hard to figure out what helps us have success and what actually hinders our success. Managing the puck the other night against Philly, we try to, too many plays that are hope plays or low percentage plays that we're trying, and they went and hurt us on the rush. We do that tonight. Buffalo will do the same thing. So, I think our guys have the message. They're clear on it. Now they have to go execute within those parameters.
Coach, I had asked Ross about kind of finding that balance between, being physical in the game and staying out of the box.
Yeah.
As far as, taking those stick penalties that you were talking about. How have they kind of been working on that?
Well, I think we're getting better at staying out of the box here now. It's always different nights. There's a different standard. But now, again, we've seen the refs enough times. We've seen the way they're going to call the game. I think we have to expect that if we're checking the right way, we're using our skating to check. And if we're putting enough value on that, then usually we stay out of the box, If you can often get caught in tough positions because of the skill or a play made by another team. But if we're checking the right way, then we're likely to stay out of the box. So I don't think it's like Ross hasn't taken any bad penalties when it comes to physicality or penalties that I don't like. I just think it's as a group, we have to be disciplined enough to use our skating instead of reaching in and, taking the extra strides and getting there quickly to take away time and space instead of trying to reach in and use their sticks.
Last question. Do you, whenever you talk to the team before the game, does that come up like, this guy usually calls things tight, this guy is known for not calling things tight?
It can. We don't talk about it a lot. I don't like to put a bunch of time into the officials. It's about what we do and what we have to do instead of talking about things that are outside of our control, because you just never know exactly what type of standard they're going to call. They've been good. I have no complaints with the officials, but that's their job. We need to worry about. If we're focused on things besides the process, what makes us successful, then we won't be.
Okay, thanks, Erik.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thanks, Coach.